Commanders fans, happy Friday. I got a good feeling about this game, man. I really do. I got a good feeling about this game. This is not the typical Packers team that we've seen over the past decade. Of course, they lost Devontae Adams, but they're just not playing good football right now. They're just not. You know, the Giants took care of them. They beat them. The Giants beat them. The Vikings beat them. The Jets just handled them. Sauce Gardner wearing a cheese head in Green Bay. When have you ever seen that happen? So they're just not playing good football. They're getting ran all over. They can't stop the run. They can't block for Aaron Rodgers. They don't have receivers. Christian Watson hasn't played up to par. He's dropping passes. Romeo Doubs is good, or Dobbs and Alan Lazard they're okay receivers, but they're just not number one. They're not number two guys. I'm not saying they can't cook Kendall Fuller, but this is a game. It's a winnable game, and I do think Taylor Heinicke he's gonna provide a spark. So, but I'll talk more about that towards the end. So, I mean, Aaron Rodgers has been frustrated. He's been on the Pat McAfee show talking about, he wants the team to simplify the offense, or Matt LaFleur to simplify the offense. He's been frustrated talking about the offensive line. He's been frustrated with his wide receivers dropping passes, not creating separation. So Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what's the hallucination stuff that he takes or whatever, but he's been frustrated this year, man. They have not been playing good football. Are they a good team? They on paper, but they're not playing good football right now. This is the Commanders' homecoming game. I know Chris Cooley's not going to the game. Some other alumni players are upset and they're not going to the game or whatever. But this is the homecoming game. I do believe that Taylor Heinicke is going to provide a spark. He's going to have that moxie and that grit. This is a winnable game. I think Green Bay's favored by 4.5. I think it should be lower than that, to be honest. Green Bay has not been playing good football. They just have not. Losing to the Giants the way they did, getting dominated by the Jets the way they did, losing to the Vikings the way they did. They have not. Aaron Rodgers has struggled this year. And he's got that thumb injury too, man. This is a very winnable game. It's a very winnable game. But like I said, I'm not getting my hopes up because of the coaching staff and the offensive line. But let's get to the injury report here. De'Ami Brown is out on Sunday. William Jackson, back injury. He said he didn't request a trade, but he probably did. He is available in trade talks. Per Ben Standig, The Athletic, he said that William Jackson is available. John Keim said it too. He has been made available in trade talks. So I couldn't care less. As long as we get, I'll take a 6th or a 7th pick, to be honest with you. Logan Thomas is out for Sunday. Carson Wentz is out, of course. He should be put on injury reserve. Jonathan Williams is out. John Bates with a hamstring injury. He was listed as out as well for Sunday. I'm sorry, John Bates was listed as questionable. Sam Cosby, questionable with a finger injury, but he's going to be out. Jahan Dotson, questionable, but he didn't practice today. He's going to be out because he re-aggravated the injury, the hamstring injury. If you saw the clip, a lot of people posted it on Twitter, all the beat reporters, and he was running a route and he caught the ball and re-aggravated the hamstring injury, which is unfortunate. Tyreek Castle-Fields on injury reserve. Percy Butler was a full participant today. He's going to play, so he'll be a special teams contributor. On the other side, Randall Cobb. That's another big injury for the receiving corps. Him and Lazard are their best receivers. Randall Cobb, you could argue he's their best receiver, and he's out. Aaron Rodgers, he loves him some Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb, this is like the perfect game for the taking. This feels like the Tom Brady game from last year. It feels exactly like it. It feels like that 4-game win streak run that we went on, where they just have ball control. They play keep away, run the football. And Taylor Heinicke beats quarterbacks that he's not supposed to be. Like, he wasn't supposed to be Russell Wilson. He wasn't supposed to be Derek Carr. He wasn't supposed to be Tom Brady. He wasn't really supposed to be Cam Newton either. We were all dogs in that game, except for the Seahawks game. It's really giving me vibes from last year. It really is. Like I said, I'm not getting my hopes up. Randall Cobb, Jake Hansen, their center/guard, is out. Christian Watson is listed as out, so he's out too, and he's a speedster. Even though he hasn't played well, he's out. David Bakhtiari, he was limited in practice today, but he's going to play. Rashawn Gary was a full participant today. He's going to play. Elton Jenkins did not participate. That's their right tackle. He did not participate in practice. Mercedes Lewis, their tight end, he was a full participant. He played. He's going to play on Sunday. Aaron Rodgers with the right thumb, he's going to play. He was limited, but he's going to play. So that's the injury report. So, like I always do, let's get to the prize picks for this week. So, it's real easy, guys. You pick 2 to 5 players. You use the description box down low. You use my promo code RealEdOliver. First time users, you download the Prize Picks app. If you're in Virginia, you can definitely use it. You download the Prize Picks app. You use my promo code RealEdOliver. You get a 100% deposit match. $50, you get a $50 deposit match. You put down $100, you get a $100 deposit match. So it's real easy. You pick 2 to 5 players. It's over and unders. I'm going to give you guys my picks for Sunday for the game and for tonight too. I gave you guys a basketball. I'm giving you guys a basketball pick tonight too. You know, Locked On Wizards. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. The link is down below in the subscription as well. I am a co-host for that. If you didn't know, Bradley Beal, 11.5 points in the first half. He's gonna score more than that. I got Bradley Beal getting 35 points tonight against the Bulls. No Lonzo Ball, no Zach LaVine. They got Caruso, DeSumo, but nobody can check Bradley Beal on that roster. So he's going to go up for 35 tonight. So he's definitely going to get like 20 points in the first half. Taylor Heineke, 13.5 rushing yards. That's really low for Taylor. As we know last year, I know last year, but Taylor had 10 carries for 95 yards. Daniel Jones ran on the Green Bay defense as well. So mobile quarterbacks have been successful running the football and scrambling against the Green Bay Packers defense. So Taylor Heineke, he's got to use his legs. I see him getting like 50 yards rushing again, or way over 13.5 rushing yards. He's got to use his legs. Brian Robinson, the over. So I took the over on Taylor Heineke. Brian Robinson, 50 yards rushing. I'm going to take the under because him splitting carries with Antonio Gibson. I'm going to take the under on that. Even though Brian Robinson had 60 yards against the Bears. Terry McLaurin, 53.5 receiving yards. I'm going to take the over on that. I think Taylor Heineke just has better chemistry with Terry than what Carson Wentz did. And Taylor Heineke, he's going to target Terry, even though I know he's going up against Jair Alexander. But this is a game where Terry needs to step up and show that he's a legitimate wide receiver one, which I think he is, and I think he's shown that. But he's got to do it against the top tier corners in this league. He's got to do it against a guy like Jair Alexander. J.D. McKissick, his over/under is 19.5 receiving yards. I think Taylor loves him some J.D. McKissick. I think J.D. McKissick is going to get more targets, and he's going to look better with Taylor Heineke under center at the quarterback position. So I'm going to take the over on J.D. McKissick. So like I said, promo code RealEdOliver. Use that link down below. First time users, you download the app, put the promo code in. You get 100% deposit match, $50, $100. Super easy using my promo code. And you guys, you can put whatever pick you want, NBA picks. You can put whatever pick you want. But those are the picks that I'm giving you guys right now. You can put down $100 for those 5 picks. You can make $1,000 off that. So super easy stuff. But yeah, let's get to the keys to victory, guys. We got to run the football. Just got to run the football. As simple as that, man. We got to establish and run. Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, McKissick get some touches too. Now, I think we do need to feed the hot hand. Whoever's hot, give him the football. The Bears, it looked like Antonio Gibson had some better runs, but Brian Robinson, he was getting the tough runs, but Antonio Gibson just looked more explosive. So I do want to see Gibby get some more runs and some more touches. I thought he's done a solid job this year. He hasn't hit any home runs, and Scott just hasn't been consistent with staying and sticking with the run game. So this is a game where we have to stick with the run game. We got to run the football on them. The Packers, they're ranked 25th in yards per carry allowed. They're ranked 25th, the Green Bay Packers defense. And rush yards allowed per game, they're ranked 27th. So Saquon had a big game against them. Last week, Breece Hall from the Jets had a big game from them. Like I said, Daniel Jones had a big game running around. He had a solid game running around, scrambling against Green Bay. So you got to be able to run the football against this defense. Their defense is ranked 24th in DVOA as well, but they're first on third down. So they just can't stop the run. They're solid against the pass, but they really struggled to stop the run game. So Gibson, McKissick, Brian Robinson, we got to run the football. And Heineke's got to use his legs. My first key, as always, that was my first key establishing the run, is coaching. Challenges, Ron Rivera, being too slow to throw the challenge flag, or challenging when it's clearly it's not going to get overturned. Clock management before the end of the first half and at the end of the game as well. He struggled with that. 4th down decision making, whether to go for it or kick a field goal. Joey Sly's got to make his kicks. He was bad last week against the Bears. But all those decision makings, all those coaching decisions that he has to make, he's got to be better at that. He's got to be better. Offensive line's got to hold up. That's a given every week, of course. Andrew Norwell, we're looking at you. You got to step up against Rashawn Gary. They got some good pass rushers. Preston Smith as well, former Skin. Joe Barry is their defensive coordinator. So they got some good guys on their D-line. Dean Lowry, Kenny Clark, Jerron Reed as well. So Rashawn Gary is their linebacker as well. They run a 3-4, but he's a game wrecker for sure. Devondre Campbell, he's a game wrecker as well. He was an All-Pro last year. So they got some game wreckers on defense, but they just haven't played well as a unit together, and they've definitely gotten exposed in the run game. So we got to run the football. Sadiq Charles got to step up. Everybody on the offensive line, Lucas, all those guys got to step up. Lano has done a good job so far. They got to step up and hold up for Taylor Heineke. I think Taylor Heineke's going to be better under center than Carson Wentz because of his mobility. And this offensive line is a makeshift offensive line. So we just needed a guy that can run around and make something happen out of nothing, make something shake. And Taylor Heineke, he can duck his head and be the legend of Taylor Heineke. This time, do not slide before the pylon like last year. You got to be smarter, Heineke, and get into the end zone, okay? We got to get touchdowns, not field goals. Of course, that's obvious too. But we struggled. Even last year, we struggled in the red zone against the Packers. We left a lot of points on the board. We got to get touchdowns, not field goals. When we get in the red zone, we have to convert. Without Jahan, use Cam Sims, use Cole Turner, Terry McLaurin. They got to step up and make something happen. Cole Turner, use that big 6'6" frame. Didn't mean to say 6'6", but 6'6" frame. Go up there and get it. Got to give him a chance. And I think Heineke is capable of doing that. I know he doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, but there are reports that he worked on his arm strength this offseason, so I'm intrigued to see it. Get McKissick involved. I already talked about that. Cole Turner, he's going to have to step up with Logan Thomas being out. Yak, Curtis Samuel, you got to catch the football, dog. That was awful last week. You had 2 drops basically in a row. One was a touchdown pass, and then he dropped a first down conversion. We need more out of Curtis, man. He was good the first couple of weeks, but we need Curtis to step up, especially with Jahan being out and De'Ami Brown being out too. So Cam Sims has to step up. Dax Milne, he's going to have to be ready as well. Convert on third downs. Keep away. Let's play keep away. Let's keep the time of possession. Keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. Tire their defense out. Keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. The same way we beat Tom Brady last year. The same way we beat Derek Carr last year. The same way we beat Russell Wilson last year. Cam Newton. Time of possession. Ball control. Running the football. Field position. Tough. Ugly. Grinded out football games. We have to find our identity. And I think our best identity is going to be running the football. I know Scott Turner is a very finesse coach, but I think that's our identity. I know we have a lot of weapons too, but we have to establish a run game and play keep away against Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, Heineke, use your legs and run if you have to. And I want to see Scott run some RPOs and some designed runs for Taylor Heineke as well. Turnover battle, that's obvious too. We got to win the turnover battle. We got to force a turnover too. We just don't force turnovers. We finally did have some takeaways against the Bears. It's about time. Get your hands up in the passing lanes. John Allen, Jerome Payne, F.A. Obado did a great job having that tip pass go up in the air. Jonathan Allen caught the interception. F.A. Obada's played well. James Smith-Williams. The whole D-line, Montez Sweat's got to step up too. Quinnen Williams had a great game against the Packers last week. So John Allen, Jerome Payne, they got to take advantage of that matchup. They got a guy named Royce Newman who's really struggled at the right guard. I'm not sure if he's going to start or not on Sunday, but he's their weak link on their defensive line. On their offensive line. So they got to take advantage of that. Limit the run, contain the run. I don't know if we're going to stop Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon, but you got to contain the run. You got to limit the run. No explosive plays from Aaron Jones. No big plays from A.J. Dillon as well. Got to contain their run game because if they get the run game going, of course, it opens up everything for Aaron Rodgers. It makes life a lot easier for Aaron Rodgers. Oh, the Packers defense is like one of the worst teams against play action as well. So once we establish the run, Taylor Heineke's a really good play action quarterback too. So I want to see them I want to see Scott Turner get in his bag. He doesn't really have a bag, but just get into that because the Green Bay Packers really struggle against that. So you got to get interior pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Be smart with your blitz, run stunts and twists. They really struggle. The Packers offensive line struggles against that. Limit big plays. Kendall Fuller, man. You gotta look yourself in the mirror, man. You gotta look yourself in the mirror, man. Romeo Doubs, I like him a lot out of Nevada, but you gotta step up and check him. Alan Lazard. They don't have any blue chip receivers, but like I said, it doesn't matter because we've seen Noah Brown cook Kendall Fuller. We saw Craig Reynolds from the Lions cook Kendall Fuller. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a big name. We've seen the guy, what's his name, Ishmael Wright or something like that. Ishmael Wright from the Titans run past Bobby McCain and Kendall Fuller. So it doesn't matter the name of the receiver. It really doesn't. But these guys got to step up and look in the mirror. Kendall Fuller, Wild Goose played better last week. He played pretty well. He played okay. Ben St. Juice had a heck of a game last week, stopping that touchdown on the goal line. I thought he did a good job doing that. So our corners got to step up this game. They really do. Limit big plays. Nothing cheap, nothing deep. Doubs, Watson, no Cobb. You got to take advantage of that and contain Robert Tonyan. He had a really good game last week. Jamin Davis got cooked by Robert Tonyan last year, so he's got to step up. Cole Holcomb, all our linebackers. Cam Curl's had a good season. He's like the best rated safety per PFF. I know it's not gospel, but Cam Curl's had a really good season this year. So you got to stick to your receivers. Got to keep Aaron Rodgers in the pocket as well. You got to wrap up. You got to tackle. I thought we didn't do a good job tackling last week against the Bears, where David Montgomery and the other running back, they broke a tackle and ran for like 65 yards. So we got to do better tackling the football and force a turnover. Dax Milne, kick return game. If Antonio, I'd rather see Antonio Gibson return kicks. Of course, Trustway's got to do his job, but I want to see Antonio Gibson run kicks. And if you don't think you're gonna get the ball back to the 23 or the 25, just take a knee, because Dax Milne has been awful at that. And we got to do a better job fielding punts too. Dax Milne has not been doing a good job of that either. All right, so let's get to the final score prediction. Like I said, I have a really good feeling about this game. I really do. I think honestly, Heineke's going to provide a spark. He really is. I think he provides the mobility that we're looking for, that this team needs. I think he's going to be better, more accurate with the underneath throws. Carson Wentz struggled with that against the Bears. He struggled with that against the Cowboys, the Eagles. And there's also, you're not going to get a lot of time. You got to have a running clock in your mind. You just cannot be a statue back there. He knows the offense. I know Heineke has his limitations and his struggles. 20 touchdowns, 15 picks. We saw some bad games from him last year, some turnover-worthy plays where he got lucky. But he throws some YOLO passes that I think he gives his receivers a good chance. I know he gets his receivers hurt sometimes. Cam Sims in that preseason game, but he looked more comfortable running the offense in that preseason game than what Carson Wentz did against the Chiefs. So I do think I think Heineke just gives us a better chance to win games moving forward than what Carson Wentz does. To be honest, because of his mobility and because of him knowing the offense, his moxie, his grit, and he's just a tough, hard-nosed player. He can throw interceptions that would kill us too, but I think he gives us a better chance to win this game. So ultimately, I do have us losing this game 20-16. I know I sounded all excited and whatnot, and sounded like I was going to pick us to win, but I really think we're gonna win this game. But I do have the Packers winning 20-16. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be 20-16. We're going to get the ball back with about 3 minutes to go. It's kind of like when we lost to the Eagles last year, where Heineke threw an interception right in the end zone. It was in the end of the game. I think it's going to be something like that. It's going to be 20-16, 2 minutes to go in the game. We got one timeout left. We march down the field. We get to their 25. Heineke throws a back-breaking interception, with about 30 seconds left in the game, and we lose at home. So that's what I got. You guys let me know what you guys think, man. Everybody have a good weekend. Can't wait to see you guys on Sunday. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.